Think fast, Chuckle Nuts!
Hello everyone, Prescott here, and think fast! It is Monster Prom! What is Monster Prom? Though not a totally accurate description, probably the best one I can give you is, what if Mario Party was a dating sim? Basically, you're all trying to vie for the heart of 6 main characters, and you can block each other in a keep my multiplayer, so there's 4 of you at most, trying to block others from either making advances or from letting the others get too far ahead. Unfortunately, I am by myself, so I cannot show off the actual multiplayer aspect. What do I mean by this? Well, let's go in and play.
Let's go.
We'll put some voices in. Now, I will say, it's a dating sim. I don't really play these, so I'm probably going to be pretty bad at these. But I liked how the game presented itself when I initially saw it. And I also wanted to say that, give a little nod to the people who made this, and also call out the fact that I believe, producer of this game is Jesse Cox. Basically, one of the 2 minds that through the videos they do kind of helped me inspire me to make this particular video series. Segue. Think Fast is a series where I play a game from anywhere from 15 to 45 minutes and give my opinion on the game based on that time alone. Today might be a little different, where I play a little bit more than that, depending upon how fast they expect the reader to read or anything like that. Because I plan to do 1 full game, and I will do my best to remember to explain why once we get to the end of that. So, full game please. Ah, spooky high school, the sweetest years of your lives. Back then we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. So, 4 players, you each will control one of these 4 characters. I've seen a bit of footage on this, so forgive me if this sounds like a normal, let me explain it and how to play it kind of thing. Shadow Boy, Fire Girl, Zambi, Bride of Frankenstein. Zambi. Let's see, I want to name my dude Shia. Don't ask why, but we're going to do it. Also, I would like to show that this game is a bit on the forward-thinking side. In that, yeah, it looks like Zombie Man. Or it could be Zombie Girl, or it could be other. You choose, it don't matter.
Okay.
Yet we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember clearly. 3 weeks were left as we fantasized about our dream prom dates. We were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 charismatic classmates. Miranda Vanderbilt, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal. Damien LeVay, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love of fire. Scott Howell, a werewolf athlete who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam Delayancourt, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork. Polygeist, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things. And Vera Oberlin. Yeah, I can never... that name. A mean, self-made Gorgon with a merciless sense of business. So, in that I might give these people voices, I might not. It might vary. Who knows? It was clever. It was clear it had been to be one of them. But who? We only had 3 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 3 weeks to woo them and conquer their heart. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Welcome to Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but are they rotten in so many different ways? Worry no more, we're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. By the way, you're going to find out that the writing in this game is A, fantastic, B, crude, C, vulgar. Monster Prom's stupidest pop quiz ever, TM, will throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character stats. This way we can each start by having the stats that better reflect our true selves. Let's start. Okay, first off, why? The coolest reality show would be people in positions of power must face all sorts of questions relevant to their field, and if they fail, they lose their jobs. And society wins. 12 experts on various arts of seduction live in a house when they must face a common challenge. Seducing a potato to marriage. How do you seduce a potato? 8 rich people fight in weekly challenges to see who's the best at giving money to you. Oh. Oh. Well, I like the proposition of this, but let's be real. We all want to find out who would seduce a potato. You get a chance to produce a movie. It's based on... Nice Hangover reference over here. Two cool guys walking away from rad explosions, and they don't look at the explosions. They don't give a fuck about the explosions. They reflect on life and love. But it is super dope and kick-ass because they do so walking away from never-ending explosions. The most influential Russian novelists of the 19th century have gone nuts. They don't remember anything about last night, and now they can't find the manuscript to the Brothers of Karamazov. Yeah. And Dostoevsky has to deliver it today. Something about superheroes, but with a love triangle between a beautiful yet somewhat relatable girl, maybe she's always stating she's a mess, and 2 of the super hot superheroes, which are also like vampires or pirates or both. Instant hit. Duh. Explosions! You find a genie bottle, you can ask whatever you want. What do you ask for? Him to not be so cliched. Genie and wishes. So mainstream. I don't ask for anything. I drink the genie from the bottle. I grant my own wishes. His friendship? Infinite confetti! A rainbow that you can eat. Before asking for anything, you try to negotiate up to the standard 3 wishes. I'm feeling the cliched one, but I'm also feeling this negotiate up to 3 wishes one. Damn. Look what I did. So, from what I have seen in this game, I feel like there are 3. There's like each of the 3 characters from each gender. I feel are a range of easy, medium, and hard when it comes to wooing them for the Monster Prom. And of course, I feel like the character that you saw pop up there, Vera, whatever you like to say your name as, I feel like she's the hard for the female courses, and I also feel like she's the hardest one to woo, because how do you get somebody who's so dead set on business to be interested in going to the prom? Anyway, so how this part would work now is once we're at this is I can get easy access to stuff on the left here like this, but the how it would work in multiplayer is it would decide a turn order at random to start with, and whoever went first would basically block off a location from anybody else in the game for that turn. So like somebody went to the auditorium, well guess what? Player next up can't go to the auditorium, so they go to library. Third player can't go to the auditorium or library, so they have to like go to the gym. And the last person is basically limited to a selection of 3 places out of 6. Anyway, let's go be smart. That day you listen to the elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monsters' nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain +2 smarts. Also, a lot of the voices I'll be pulling from either things I have seen, or from the voice clips that are going to start playing right about meow. You see holes of your classmates running away from Bear and Scott. They're all screaming, "Spoilers!" Have you seen the latest episode of Detective Wereweasel? Wereweasel finally exposed the cartel's entire operation.
Awesome, bro.
I did! It was so exciting, I peed on Grandma's carpet! I know, right? And the cartel's organization structure is so cool. I took so many notes. But last night was the last episode. I'm so sad. I peed on Grandma's carpet. Scott. Well, why don't we start our own TV show? We'll make it better than Weirweasel. Better than Weirweasel? Is that even possible? We're a perfect team. I have money, and you're the gullible target audience. Gorgana Film Studios requires your ideas. Gorgana Film Studios? We'll talk about it later. Right now, I need ideas. When the Mafia threatens to close his gym, an ugly-ass Nosferatu must expose the syndicate to save the only place that lets him do his reps. Chile, 1985, when Pinochet floods the market with black cocaine, a courageous drug dealer becomes a private eye to blackmail Pinochet and save her coke labs. Now, some options are kind of easy to see what will obviously woo someone or do certain thing. Also, choices will depend upon the choices you make need to depend upon your stats, which is displayed up here in the upper right corner. Sure, this one.
Not bad.
Did you just create the most relatable detective ever? That was a rhetorical question. Obviously, a young entrepreneur fighting to save her business from government regulation is objectively relatable. But she's a drug trafficker. She's a businesswoman protecting free markets. Doesn't that sound like the Monsterican dream? I don't think about this. I didn't think about this. But is she a buff entrepreneur? Like, really buff? Sure, why not? Hooray! All my objections have suddenly disappeared! Vera puts you and Scott to work stuffing packets of promotional cocaine to publicize the TV show. You gain +3 money as a payment. I got money! Now I need to spend the money. Ooh, I can spend the money.
Sure.
Where is it? Okay. So, they change up locales like throughout the weeks of this game, so that way nothing's the same. So, right now I'm pretty much in Vera's back pocket already. Don't know how or why I did this. Being honest, I was trying to get Scott's attention because nobody seems to go for Scott. But I goofed. I think, though, because I have so much money and because I know how this game works, we're going to hit up this table, which has the shop. Welcome to my little shop. Buy some shit. I have shit that will boost your stats, shit that will lead you into stupid new adventures, even some shit that might be needed at a bunch of very specific moments. So, take a look. Let's see, what do I got here? Well done. Okay, I'm just reading through these because I'm trying to figure it out. A PR agent is totally a thing. Okay, here's the thing. I have the money for this because I have 8 and it costs 6. I have this feeling now that because I accidentally went on course with Vera somehow, that I should do this because I think it kind of plays to her strengths. This is ultimately where the person in question after Vera starts to tank in their pursuit because they're thinking too much like a business person.
No refunds.
And remember, the first rule of Shot Club, no refunds. And that's it, that's over. So let's go fast and go slow, depending upon how quick of a reader you are and how snappy you are with your decisions. Alright. So, I'm smart, bold, and charming. I hate that this is kind of accurate. Anyway. Sure. That day while rehearsing for the class play, it is as though the muses themselves have decided to give you a figurative blowjob. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad by high school standards. You gain +2 creativity. I'm evening out! After you're walking along when suddenly a car skids into a halt just in front of you. It's not the most logical location for a speeding car to bail through, and yet here we are. Vera and Damien hop out. How the hell? I thought I went the one place she would be. The work isn't bad. It's just not at the level it needs to be if you want to win this all-star drag race against a real badass hunk of metal. What's your plan to win, Damien? I just drive your car really fast? Fuck, of course it is! Vera, that's literally how street racing works! And that may have won you the crown in the past, but it won't work as Justin Darrington. Damien, he's driving the Thunderfuck 5000. And I'm driving Nancy, a pile of shit I lovingly cobbled together out of every car I've ever destroyed, either in a race or just literally destroyed via arson or whatever. He's an asshole. And Nancy can take on anyone, anything, anytime. The Thunderfuck 5000 is an electric car. Nancy runs on the juice of literal actual dinosaur corpses. What could be more badass than that?
So pathetic.
I don't know, maybe running on pure lightning? Nancy is a piece of shit. Damien, deep down you know that she does not have what it takes to win us this thing. It seems like the drag race is getting pretty important to the two of them, and that they're not going to come to an agreement on their own. Looks like it's up to you to be the voice of reason. Attitude is everything, but Nancy will never embrace her inner fierceness with all of Vera's criticism. Come on, Damien, let's give this car a makeover! Vera, you're right, Nancy is amazing, but she can't quite make the grade. We need to cross-street her with a faster car. Yes. We're going to make cars fuck. That's a sentence I never thought I was going to say in my life. Holy shit. Perfect. We can get a brand new qualified race car and Damien can still feel like his shitty subpar car is useful. Nancy's a thing of beauty and grace. Vera, but as long as her genes that live on in whatever machine I drive to victory, the plan is A-okay by me. The three of you get to work setting up what could easily be considered one of the most impressive and high-tech car crossbreeding programs in the country. You find a very shiny red electric limousine to serve as Nancy's stud and start the breeding process along, which mostly consists of making the cars a reservation and an appropriately fancy and expensive restaurant, and loading up the CD players with smooth jazz. Sometime later, Nancy gives birth, don't ask how, not important, to the ultimate race car. Look what we made, you got, huh guys? I mean, mostly what Nancy and El Diablo made, but we helped get them there.
Oh.
Yeah, honestly, this car is a masterpiece. I've been looking for my next business venture. I think I may get into high-end race car breeding. People make thousands off breeding horses to race, and horses want to fuck. How hard could that be? By that logic, I bet I could make millions breeding race cars. You totally could! I'll be your first customer! Haha, you already were. I'll send you your invoice later. Well, looks like Damien has the race in the bag, Vera has a new business venture, and this world has a new species of super race car. You gain +2 boldness plus some money from the plus some money from a kickback from Vera, which comes with a genuine smile from her. Score! I want you to note, I went to the auditorium to do a performance. I got some boldness, creativity, and $1. It could be more fun. Let's go be more fun. That day during races, you start a half-hour raid that goes full crazy. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point there was like 300 people. Someone summons demons from a nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain +2 fun. I try to keep that equal the equal baseline of stats. Afterwards, you discover you've been poisoned, and only Vera has the antidote. She does this all the time, and it's how she invites you to hang out. And how the hell am I always ending up beside Vera? It's like I'm destined to be with her, except or the fact that she's always everywhere you don't want her to be. There you are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm embarking on a new criminal enterprise, and I need some consigliere. The idea is simple, yet brilliant. Think Uber, but for killing people. I call it murder. But it turns out the market is flooded with assassination apps, and blood. I need a way to get ahead of the pack, and since you're such a good advisor. Differentiate yourself by being the only service that offers free-range organic murders. Okay. Viral marketing, literally. Tailor a highly contagious virus to make people... That one. That one right there. That is how you do it. You literally program a virus in. That's how you do it nowadays. You can do that? Great! You can use my private chemical weapons laboratory. And so, this is working better than I could imagine. Demand for murder has gone through the roof since you released that virus. Sure, the side effects could include vomiting, bloody tears, male lactation, cobra-free, time dilation, rigor mortis, rectal teeth, renegade spleen, microaggressions, sun tattoos, hair trauma, liquefaction, and coughing. But it's well worth the profits I'm raking in. Plus, I'm making a little killing selling people the antidote for all those side effects. Not actually an antidote, though. It's actually just heroin. Same difference. Did you know they used to give heroin to babies as a cough suppressant? Yeah, the real world is actually as amoral as this video game, but whatever, you get +2 creativity and +1 money. I am rolling in the cash.
Sure.
Okay, so I could go chill with Vera. And I should say, they always have like a minor character at these tables as well, just to like, because from what I know, you go to the minor characters table, you can get a stat boost greater than if you go do anything else throughout the game. God damn it! I'm hooked to Vera at this point. You find Vera and Polly at the table, deep in conversation. All right, business idea. People pay a monthly subscription to prevent me from drugging their food. Business idea. People pay me a monthly subscription to put drugs in their food. Business idea. Price out the cafeteria's current food supplier by selling plastic food. Business idea. Nipples. Just nipples? Yeah. Okay. Wait. Business idea. Use clever marketing and food science to create the perfect new diet craze and sell it for an insane profit. That's actually a really good idea. Better than nipples? Yes. We just need to figure out what to call our new diet product will be. Tapeworms are gluten-free, dairy-free, and you can get them from free from sick cows. Or methods, what's wrong? You know what?
That has been quite pleasing.
What a delicious idea. But what about, like, ghosts and stuff? Ghosts want to lose weight, too. Just sell ghosts of tapeworms alongside the living ones, naturally. Where are you gonna get the tapeworm ghosts? Simple. I just kill tapeworms with unfinished business. Which is pretty much any tapeworm, honestly. They're very ambitious. Well, all the objections to this plan are solved. Scam away. Soon Vea's new slender friends are all the rage in the cafeteria, and she seems to tolerate your presence even more. And everybody's losing weight. Yes. Don't know how I'm doing this. Am I supposed to be this good? I don't know how I'm supposed to be this good. So I go spend money at the library. That's what the cat head is. Basically, the shop is now going to start appearing on the map. Let me go... You know what? Let me gym it up. That day, an epic dodgeball match takes place. Everything seems lost, but you deliver an inspirational speech that fuels the team's spirit, leading to a spectacular comeback. You're clearly a natural-born leader. You get +2 charm. Bull! I'm not a good leader. After a fearsome battle, you find that you, Vera, and Scott are the sole survivors of a bloody and terrible dodgeball match. Damn, are we the only ones alive? Shit, I can't afford to lose. I don't want that in my academic resume. No, not losing! Losing is like, not a good thing. Oh God. Don't worry, Scott. Losing is like winning, except it's losing. I'm not sure if she feels worried or relieved. Worried, Scott. Losing is bad. A loser, Scott, is a bad Scott. I don't want to be a bad Scott. Then what we need is a fast way to turn this game around. There's no way to win this dodgeball match unless we completely change the rules of dodgeball as we know them. It's time to unleash your sick acting skills. Pretend you've caught a disease to stop the match. Whew. That one's actually kind of... That's... Okay, it's creative at least. You throwing yourself onto the floor, starting shaking a lot, screaming, I think I got chlamydia! Touching the ball is giving me chlamydia! Are you faking a seizure? Do you think chlamydia gives you seizures? This is the stupidest plan But suddenly the enemy team starts screaming and throwing themselves to the ground too, convinced that they also got chlamydia from the ball. For God's sake. No, Vera! I think I'm getting chlamydia too! No, Scott, you're not. Stop it. The enemy team remembers that aren't flailing on the ground to escape to the infirmary. So technically you win the match. Woohoo! We won! Chlamydia saved the day again! Well, I think this was an idiotic plan, but I guess school is full of chlamydias. So I'm forced to admit that you were right all this time. Soon enough, half the school thinks they have chlamydia, but you and Scott and Vera's respect, you will gain +2 spots and +1 boldness. Sup, I gotta stand in doubles by not having a single clue what I'm doing.
Sure.
Oh, morning. Morning time. Fun would be going out to the tree. You know what, we haven't gone there. Let's go to the bathroom. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn. By skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms, you give +0 shits, but you gain +2 boldness. Wow, I am bold as hell. Between class periods, you discover a 7 horse head in your locker. It has a note in its mouth telling you to meet Vera ASAP. So glad you came. I have another crime problem, which could benefit from your insight. Thanks to your input, murder has cornered the market in app-based assassinations, and yet, the other crime lords don't take me seriously. Just because I'm not a 4-year-old man with a scary scar, those sexist morons think that I'm just a face. It's just a face for me. Since when did having a killer body and flawless skin disqualify a girl from a life of crime? It's disgusting. How can I show these chauvinistic goons what crime really means to me? Come on, think of something. You're our most trusted advisor. Oh, shit. Crawling back wants to see how bad it is. That you write a song about it, I'll help. Nope. I like this one. Ooh! I passed the check somehow. You know, if this advice was coming from anyone other than you, I'd ignore it. But you haven't been wrong yet. Fine, I'll stay and quitting crime. I'll let the other bosses know. I'm sure they'll be so pleased. A few days later, you're getting a manicure with Vera when Gunbozo Giannetti, arch humorist of the deranged clown assembly, bursts in weeping. Well, either it's his weeping or he's got a sad face painted on his regular face. It's hard to tell with clowns. What are you doing here, Bozo? Didn't they tell you I quit crime? Gunbozo makes a series of gestures, honks and quacks. Clownish, luckily, Vera's fluent. What's that you say? The world of crime is a wreck without me? Do tell. He says nobody's been able to get a good poison since I retired. Everyone's money is frightfully unlaundered. Plus, half the bosses are dead because of the letters I sent out announcing my sabbatical. What's that word? Help! We're full of vicious fungal spores. Well, I had no idea you were all so miserable without me. You can tell the bosses I'm back in the game. Gunbozo leaps in the air and clicks at the heels of his enormous red shoes. I love you too, Bozo. We'll have a gang where to celebrate. I'll see you on the battlefield. Gunbozo runs out of the nail salon and piles into his tiny car with his 20 closest friends. Vera looks at you dumbstruck. I must say, I never thought this would work. You truly are a loyal advisor. Oh, if only you could be more than just an advisor, but you can't risk sharing your true feelings. Better just take the +2 spots and +1 money and move on. I did a thing! So what am I at? I have 5 monies. I could do I could skip Vera again and go to a table, but... Wow. Is that 2 minor characters out here? Damn. You arrive at your chosen table to find Miranda folding napkins at Vera. Do you want to know what this one's for, Vera? No. I'll take it. I'll take that as a yes. This rose-shaped napkin fold is for birthdays between the ages of 16 and 21. Miranda's hands move fast as lightning, turning the rose into a gorgeous white swan. By contrast, this swan folding is for first weddings, third weddings, and swan giveaways. As a fashion enthusiast, I have never been so bored by a piece of fabric. Oh, and this black swan folding is for weddings where you plan to brutally murder all the guests. Not very popular, the black swan folding. Okay, that's sort of cool, and I'm still aggressively uninterested. You happen to have some napkin folding skills yourself. Maybe you could spice up this interaction. You decide to show off your most impressive napkin fold. Fold the napkin like so creates a self-aware napkin that's sole purpose to fold more napkins. This writhing snake folds for when it is time to leave Vera alone and stop I mean, I'm after Vera at this point, apparently. Well, that's quite the specific fold. Under what circumstances would one use... Oh, I see. Damn right you see. And notice how my whole head is covered in writhing snakes. So basically just assume that Don't Talk to Vera About Napkins time is all the time. It's a year-round festival. People the world over celebrate it by not folding napkins at me. Well, I'm not very elaborate napkin fold, is it? You explain it to a fold lacks the complexity it makes a fold with the 12 ounces of cobra venom in it that can spit at will. Right, well, I see we subscribe to different schools of napkinry. I'll leave you to it then. Yo, your reward for running Miranda off is a one-on-one lunchtime with Vera, which you never felt so alive. You've never felt so alive. I can words. Yeah, I can definitely words.
Sure.
Let me money. Well, that's a good look at my staff. Too poor for this. Oh. Let's not. That seems terrible. Well, I am lacking in creativity, but I also am even more lacking in fun. So I think this will give me fun. Fun me up. Yes. When you can spend on weird stuff that's mostly useless. That's Spirit Champ. I did it. Wait, wasn't I only supposed to have like 3 weeks to woo? Why am I still doing this? I guess let's go to library. That day you spent some time on the library's PCs managing a start kicker. You decided to let lots of people with the sensationalist video and impossible promises. Nice! You gained plus 100,000 money, but almost everything goes to covering costs and you keep only 2. Later, you're wandering through the halls when you hear a voice from around the corner. Hey, psst. I seem to have accidentally turned a bitch to stone with my gaze. Don't get me wrong, she totally deserved it. Her nose is obviously fake. Plus that pink nail polish, abominable. But this isn't exactly the first time I've done this, and Principal Giant Spider said if I did it again, I'd get detention. So now I need to dispose of yet another body, and I thought that since you're so attractive and kind and clever, you'd really to cover up my little murder I've committed. No questions asked, right? Easy, we'll just dress her up in some stuff from the theater and set her and run her up in the quad like she's a new art piece. Never fear, my lovely murderess. My good buddy, Mr. Hammer, will make sure we're the evidence. I'll even give you the nose of the trophy. Yes, this one. Yes! Break that bitch. You don't even wait for Vera's okay before smashing the statue. To be honest, you just really love smashing statues. Brutal, thorough, cost efficient. I'm impressed. Maybe next time we can skip that turning a bitch to stone part and go straight to you for dismembering them with a hammer. You don't mind, right? You better not. I've got something on you. Now. Nah, I can't talk. Vera wiggles her rival's dismembered fake nose at you menacingly. This is great news. Blackmail is how Vera shows affection. You get +2 fun and +1 charm. Okay, creativity is now an issue.
Sure.
Oh, good. You take a seat beside arguably the 2 coolest monsters in all Spooky High. He's hoping you can keep up with them. Vera, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in the mainstream meat product industry? Yes, and it's delicious. Besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose. And it's always ethically sourced, organic, free-range, and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. Listen, Liam. I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet all of them first and ensure I'm devouring only the ones I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Well, then, so, surely you can inflict such pain without going through all the cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyway? You may actually have a point there. If I get my hands in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain. I bet there's a way to make money off this too. Hang on, somehow I've ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative and creative ways to move society forward, or do you want to oppose cruelty like every other mainstream freak? You actually hear Liam's brains shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as ethical and a desire to be perceived as creative. Perhaps you can step in and help out. Animals you kill lose their lose their lives, but what about their afterlives? Instead of letting their spirits go to waste as the byproduct of the meat industry, let's serve the eternal souls as a side dish. Ooh. And Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, I bet we can do is teach them the concept of death so they really feel their fate. Let's educate cattle on metaphysics. Oh. See, this one screams as Liam because hipster, free-range stuff. This one. Damn, I went the wrong way. Well, I can't condone animal cruelty, but I can wholeheartedly support animal education. I do like animals, but their illiteracy is my fourth least favorite thing about them. Right between their poor taste in fashion and simplistic views on German cinema. Cinema, I can talk. Is that the worst idea you've ever had? Well, face it, Shia. You are known for having pretty terrible ideas about 50% of the time. I really see building an empire out of private schools for cattle, but with my business acumen, I guess it's possible. And I can rest assured the knowledge that I'm solving a bovine education crisis. Helping Liam help cows is like helping you help Liam choose to go to who to go to prom with, or something. My voices are mixing. Help.
Sure.
All right, so we're at nighttime. You know what? I should probably bump up my boldness, because my fun is already through the roof. My charm can help anything here. Like, my boldness and smarts needs to pull a slack. So bathroom again. That day you visit the bathroom, take number 2. Don't worry, there won't be an illustration of that specific moment. Thing is, you make one of the boldest decisions in your life. You don't put paper on the toilet seat before using it. Look at you, you crazy bastard. You gain +2 boldness and probably +1 staphylococcus with a slight chance of +1 STD. You're making your daily protection payment to Vera when suddenly... Everyone, stop what you're doing and look at my majestic visage! The interdimensional prince. Muscling in on my territory, are you? Not at all, darling vampiress. I am here strictly in a business capacity. Business, you say? I'm all ears, except for my snakes, which are all tongues and teeth. It's simple economics, my love. I changed totally. You're the spying crime kingpin, and I'm a prince. I propose a merger. A merger for our resources, our minds, our bodies, and our spirits. Interesting. Oh no, Vera's getting out her calculator. She decides that this merger is financially viable, and look, asking her prom. How will you undermine Vera's confidence in the prince's financial status? Replace all his gold with fish. Steal all his money with your high... Ah, damn it. Right back at school, find the prince dancing with glee. Damn. So, benevolent interrupter, replace all my gold with precious fish. That your individual fish are... Of course! Isn't that how it works everywhere? My god, the potential for arbitrages. You know, I think this is the start of a beautiful business relationship. Oops. That is what you want at all. Miranda's probably going to wonder what happened to all her fish. Use -2 smarts and -1 creativity. Damn it! My stats! My stats have been shot!
Sure.
Well, let's go be creative then. They all can't help but feel that you're as good as the role required to be. There doesn't need to be any ordinary way of getting yourself there, but there might be an extraordinary. You summon the devil, one of many, to make a deal with and enhance your creativity just a bit. You gain +2 creativity. You also lose -3 years of your life as your end of the deal. But who cares? They weren't happening in-game anyway. As you walk down the hallway trying to beat the level of Bone Crush on your phone, you run smack into Vera, who also is engrossed in her phone. Sure, feel free to read over my shoulder. You wouldn't understand the charts anyway. Miranda's been mouthing off about being a princess again. That's so amazing. She's a princess underwater. You know what's underwater? Sea slugs and fish shit. And you know what else is in water? Fish fucking it, so I don't drink it. You know what's not underwater? This school. Why should birthright matter when there's so many other factors to determine a person's worth? Their beauty, their cruelty, their business sense, and using all of these factors, I've divided the school into cools and uncools. Now I just need to find a way to reinforce the superiority of cools over the uncools. Uncool students would have to carry cool students from class to class on chases. Rotting squid should be thrown at uncool students to remind them of how cool uncool they are. Trying. Okay, good. It's true, the uncool students should really start taking responsibility for being the worst. And Miranda uses fear-mongering tactics all the time. She shouldn't have to string a hold on that, so to speak. And maybe I could throw a squid at them, and then sell the squid repellent. That way I could profit out their humiliation. By the end of the week, most students have at least a black eye or 8. Some students are sponges from being bombarded with squid. Vea, meanwhile, has created a thriving startup business on the distribution of squid repellent. Turns out dead squid being used as projectiles aren't really repelled by scent. But it also turns out the student body in the school is really, really gullible. Vea gains money and status, and you get +2 money as your royalties for the idea and +1 smarts. I'm recovering stats I lost! Huzzah! Actually, I just recovered all the stats I lost last turn.
Sure.
The only problem is if I go to a table, if I go to try and shop at a table, that locks me into that and I can't go anywhere else. You approach Liam Veer's table to find them thoughtfully tasting several glasses of wine. The school has literally no rules, apparently. Ah, wine, the most exclusive of beverages. Even a vampire such as myself cannot resist its class and allure. Do you know a lot about wine, then? I'm having dinner with the King of France next week, and I could use some pointers. France doesn't have a king anymore. That's what the media wants you to think, so do you know about wine or not? Alas, in my centuries of living, I have only learned how to look good holding wine, and not how to evaluate it. All I know is that I'm not drinking another glass of that one. Bear points at the bottle with Polly's Toilet Wine, written on it, permanent marker. What I want to give for an experienced sommelier to help us judge which wine is best. You know nothing about wine, but you're pretty sure some sommeliers just make stuff up anyway. You swabbingly recommend. Try to sangria pairs well with seafood and blood. Well, that one's kind of a Liam thing. The tannins in this robust Malbec are an elegant way to mask the taste of poison, perfect for diplomatic. Ooh. Why'd you want to disguise the taste of? Oh, you're going to poison someone. Of course you are. You're always poisoning people. Quiet. No, I'm not. People in no way directly associated with me are always poisoning people. And soon they will strike again. France has suffered under its unjust king for too long. Plus he called me fat at a party once when I was 11. Who is this king you're talking about? I'm telling you, France doesn't have a king anymore. Soon, Liam. Soon. We are so thankful for solving her assassination problem. She lets you braid her snakes. You get bit a few times, but it's so worth it. I can't say words apparently. I'm also voice cracking. Thank goodness this is almost the end.
Sure.
Let's go to class today. That day, you're the first one in class. You sometimes come early because you enjoy talking to the teacher. He's a bit bitter, but in a cool way. He treats you like an adult and the two of you discuss life and stuff in a very snarky way. Look at you, excelling in cliched movie tropes. You get +2 smarts and +1 valuable life insight. That will help you face the difficulties of being young. Ah, the sounds of learning. Chalk on the blackboard, pencils on paper, an ominous crash. Yeah, it would seem that Damien and Vera have knocked over several desks in a rush to get to one particular seat. Less snakes for brains. You don't dare even think about it. Back off, brimstone teeth. I will turn you to stone before you can snap your oddly well-manicured fingers. That's what makes you so... what makes you think you're so worthy of sitting in the ultimate cool seat? I get more likes posting a picture of me flipping you off than you'd get of a full frontal nude. Ha! Clearly you've never seen my nudes. Ever heard of DemonDoucheBrosTexting.com? Well then, if my sex are internet famous, I'm obviously the fucking coolest. You think being ridiculed on the internet makes you cooler than being a king Minos's list of wealthiest human hybrids under 300 years old? Okay. This can go on forever. You better set this form. Just fucking take the seat for yourself before... Okay, just fucking take it before either can stop you. Call down an unholy storm of rhinoceri to obliterate the seat. I gotta go with the bold option. Damien Beer look at you and all. It seems a new champion coolness has been selected. Shit! I can't be! And yet, the seat never lies. You feel a change come over you. Your skin is glowing, your blog is trending, and you're suddenly wearing 3 additional pairs of sunglasses. I bow to your monster Snapchat skills on the Fleek outfit. Do you want to lend your impeccable fashion sense to my No, no, no! Please, join my night of punching and dominoes. Punching dominoes, alright then. The social calendar is suddenly filled up. You hope they don't mind if you stay seated for all the festivities. You get +2 charm and +1 fun. Look at my stats, my guys. I'm God. Oh, it's the last week. I feel like now is probably the best time I need to try and make some move on money stuff. Too poor, sold out, too poor. I'm too poor for everything. Exit. Well, I didn't have enough money to buy your shit. Make your shit less expensive. I didn't even read her lines. Hello.
Sure.
Oh boy. This can only... Well, this went pretty well the first time. Watching Vera eat is usually pretty disturbing. Her steaks eat at the same time she does, but at least it's usually quiet. This time, however, Scott is doing his best to change that. Go, Lefty! Gobble that mouse! No, match up with Wiggles from coming from behind. Use that tongue. Go! He does this every week. Whenever my snakes need a meal. He seems to think snake eating contests are a competitive spirit. Also, I don't think he realizes that an actual snake eating contest would probably involve people eating snakes. I tried charging him for tickets to get him to stop, but he actually pays to do this. He keeps track of each snake's statistics on a little index card. He's even giving them names. Go Slither! Go Betty! Go Sanchez! Go Snake! Those aren't their names. God, no matter how much he pays for the tickets, it isn't enough. This seems like a really tense situation. You resolve it in the only way you know how, by opening your mouth and yelling, boring. This is nothing compared to Earthworm Eating Contest, or Snake. Okay, nope. What? There's more exciting sport than snake eating contest? You gotta tell me about it! Oh yeah, Earthworm Eating contests are literally crawling with suspense. And even better, they're going on all the time with thousands of players in each game. Thousands? Where's the game? Where do I go? Anywhere there's dirt. Anywhere? There's dirt in so many places. So many places that aren't here. Get going. Sports that game. Or whatever. I will, Vera! I will! I swear one of these days he's going to decide choking on his food as a sport and die. While you hope Scott doesn't actually die, the main thing on your mind right now is how Vera's smiling at you. Nice. I've done a thing!
Sure.
Let's see if I can... I'm going to try and boost that creativity stat over 10 to see if whatever I pick for this last section will push me over the edge. So, auditorium once again. That day while rehearsing for the class play, you totally forget all your lines. It's terrible, but you don't let that get you down. You start improvising all your lines. And it's marvelous. Somehow it enhances the path of the play in unexpected ways. That's saying something, since half of your improvisation is a rap battle against your inner fears. You gain +2 creativity. Double digits all the way across the sky, buddy. Your mind's barely on what you're doing. Though. All you're really concerned about is your situation with Vera. Though her latest gang war, you've been her closest, most trusted advisor. Maybe too close. Your word Vera's become so dependent on your advice, she's blind to your true romantic intentions. If only you had the courage to tell her how you really feel. After all, you don't have to end up in the advisor zone. You're so lost in thoughts of unrequited love, you hardly notice Vera sneaking up on you. Yeah, that's also because of the invisible cloak you helped her pick out. Yes. That outfit is dope. There you are. I was just going to pick you up. We've got a date tonight. A date? Then perhaps your affections aren't unrequited? With the heads of Monster City's major crime factions to celebrate the end of the latest gang war. You're such a good and loyal advisor. I can't imagine going without you. Right, of course. You're trying to hide your disappointment, but you accompany Vera to a peace conference. But soon. You can have horse racing, but if you think I'm giving you up murder's monopoly, you've got your head so far up your ass it's popped back out your shirt collar. Larry, the actual crocodile, snaps his fangs. Gunbozo got Giannetti, help, of the deranged clown assembly, honks in disapproval. Timmy, the knife baby, chews his rattle menacingly. Alright, you scumbag, settle down. Well, it's too late. Larry the Croc unveils a wicked machine gun. Gunbozo makes a rocket launcher out of twisted balloons, and Timmy the knife baby produces lots of knives. Hey, advisor, a little help here? You don't have Vera. If you don't say Vera now, you'll never have a chance to confess your feelings, so you take a deep breath and... Well, it's bold as shit. And... my creativity is not gonna... Bold as shit? Nah, damn it. Whatever. I'm skipping through this. Clown grenade bounces into Vera's lap. She picks it up and flings it back, but when it explodes in the flash of pretty colors and font noises. Like, are you only going to help me get out of here? That's literally emotional blackmail. You ask her if that means she's into you. What? No, look. I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm being shot. I'm being shot at. You are also being shot at. Fucking be cool. You can't be cool. Vera doesn't love you. You don't want to live. So you step out from cover, only to realize that was really stupid and you actually do want to live. You managed to take only a few bullets and knives, so you're on your way back to cover. Thankfully, Vera is able to use you as a distraction as escape. Thankfully, your behavior is supremely uncool, and I lose all of my best stats. Alright. Who will I take to Monster Prom? Nobody. No, I gotta try at least. I try.
Sure.
I gotta try. You finally pick up your courage and ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. You're asking me to go to the Monster Prom with you? Sorry, I'm focused on my career. My career and not dating losers like you. Damn it, I thought I was doing so good. What's a loser? After that, you were forced to abandon your home and join the underground society of sad people who couldn't get a date at Monster Prom. Which is a fancy way of saying you had to live the rest of your life in the fucking sewers. Gross. So this is why Monster Prom can be played multiple times in a party scenario too, is the number of endings you can get, the number of secret endings you can get, the number of events you can encounter, and the outcomes to each event as well. For the love of God, do not try and 100% complete this game. Oh, I never saw the Beholder chick. Those 3 weeks were maybe the most epic and bizarre weeks of our lives, and apparently went through a time vortex and ended up back at the start of those 3 weeks once or twice. After Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling with our friendships, learning who we were and who we could be. And you know what? As it always does, life happened, and it was wonderful. Scott unexpectedly ended up in film school, and partnered with Vera to co-create their very own TV show. And it was bought by Netflix, since Netflix is now airing anything, even a crazy TV show co-created by recently graduated high schoolers. Damien became a renowned drag racer until he died in the most badass way during a race. At the funeral, you spotted him hidden among the crowd. He winked at you. Liam started an iconoclastic band that broke all conventions. The latest album has been a hit, and it has no signs at all. Or it has no songs at all. The album is actually just a banana set on fire. And be sure, Liam doesn't care if you don't get it. During those 3 weeks, Monster Prom seemed bigger than life, and then it was gone, so just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then, and there were lots of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and afraid, and we were ready to start. Well, that's that is the game. Like, I liked it. I'm not much in dating sims, but I like the writing really does carry this game super hard. But I will say though, also Jesse Cox, I told you, that's why I said start. Anyway, so that was my initial reactions to Monster Prom. Probably a lot more fun with friends because there are the scenarios where it's like, hey, name X thing. And it's like, imagine if thing X, excuse me, it's like, imagine if thing X was turned into thing Y. And that is how you do additional, what is it? That is how you plan additional things, or play out, determine the play order. Sorry, I'm getting lost in my own thoughts here. I'm still pissed because I had everything for Vera lined up, and I think I flubbed it on the last line. Somebody who knows the coding probably will tell me that. Wow. Like, I'm okay with the song, but can we like tune down the speakers in the background? But anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed Monster Prom. If you are curious about, you had just unlocked an erotic fanfic about dragons, this is about to get weird. I have seen footage, there is a secret ending involving that, but how do you get it? I'll let you guys find out. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this, you have unlocked one new image in the gallery. If you guys have enjoyed this Think Fast on Monster Prom, and are interested in the game, you can go down to the description and find out everything you need to know about it, how much it will cost you, what system or systems you can find it on, things of that sort. But I hope you will join back here next time when I'll react to a new game for the very first time. You folks have a great rest of your day, and take care.